Hi, Paris Rigby here. I am here today with Carlos Cortez, who, in my opinion, is a fabulous litigating attorney. Not only is he a good friend, but I've actually had other attorneys tell me about how brilliant he is. So I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Well, hello. I'm Carlos Cortez. I am a trial attorney here in Dallas-Fort Worth. My practice primarily consists of civil litigation, although the firm in which I'm a shareholder, we also represent people in family law matters, criminal litigation, immigration, all types of areas of law, but my primary focus is civil litigation.
And Carlos, you're from Dallas, being from Dallas, has handled some pretty historical cases, some really nice cases. And I can say that I feel like, not being an attorney, but one of the biggest compliments that I could ever think that you could have is when a former colleague or a colleague says how smart and brilliant you are and how detailed you are. And I would think that'd be an important facet of litigation.
It's definitely one of the best compliments when you have your colleagues compliment you.
Say this was over iced tea and lunch.
Okay.
And it was an unsolicited comment, and I was like, yeah, all right, I agree. So it was a nice compliment.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, so Carlos, we're honored to have you as a host again this year for our Halloween party, being our 10th and final Halloween party, Night of Mischief. And being that net proceeds 100% go to Jane Spiller, who is an individual in this town that has been battling cancer for 7 years. I don't know if you're a friend of hers or if you just know her through her amazing Facebook posts.
I know her through, I know George Milner, who's a great attorney, is very good friends with her, has known her for almost 2 decades, and I'm familiar with her story, and her being a cancer survivor, and the fact that she's needing not a handout, but a hand up to help her get through this process. This Halloween charity event that you've hosted for a decade now is so wonderful, and to be able to give 100% of the net proceeds to Jane is fantastic. Last year when you asked me to co-host, and we were able to do a lot for the fireman, Jeff Patterson, those are good stories that benefit not only the individuals, but maybe gives a different type of perception that of who people who reside in Dallas proper, who we really are.
You know, that's a very interesting and powerful point that you made, because nowadays with social media, I feel like it's so easy to think that we know somebody, but being able to be involved in something that is really making the difference in somebody else's life and knowing these people on a different level than just social media, in my opinion, does change the dynamics of today's world.
Yeah, to have 800 to 1,000 people come and support someone that they've never actually met, but want to reach out to them because even though Jane may not be someone that they individually know, cancer affects almost all of us, unfortunately. Either knowing someone in our family, our friends, a coworker, and the fact that we can help one person through this marvelous event is a way to give back, and I'm just humbled to be a part of it.
Well, me knowing you and being your friend for, years now, I know you've got a very warm and giving heart, and I've seen you do things in so many amazing ways for individuals and people that I sometimes sit there going, they're a stranger to you, but you give so much. So I knew that it would mean something to you to not only host again, but it also means something to you in the opportunity of giving back. My next question for you would be, last year being a host, what would you say was your fondest memory?
The whole event was done in such a first-class manner. It was professionally done, from the music to the lighting. The people who actually attended, I would say, are wonderful people, not the traditional people you might see at a club or at a bar. Good-spirited people. There was no drama. The whole event was just a fun vibe. And unfortunately, you don't see a lot of that. But in this particular instance, my fondest memory was just the people that made the event. Everything from the costumes to the elaborate artwork and the makeup that they had done, to the funny costumes. Everything was just a first-class event. The hotel was great. Everyone got along. It was a good place to network, even though you're a little bit in disguise. But it was, and I actually last year developed some new friendships from there. So my fondest memory is that it is a fond memory. From A to Z, there was no problems whatsoever, went smoothly. And that goes to you and the people that you work with to put this event together. The fact that it was just so seamless is a credit to you, because I know that it involves daily and weekly and months leading up to it to get everything prepared so that it does run effortless.
Well, thank you. And I will say this. Last year we were able to bring in Brady Uranagua, who is a good friend of yours, and that was via your recommendation. And Brady has been such an amazing asset as our DJ who does the DJing upstairs at the Halloween party. In conversations with Brady after the event, what would you say that Brady found was his fondest moment, or does he have one?
Brady is, he gets his energy, he gets his joy from making people enjoy him putting together the music. I wasn't aware of the intricacies of being a DJ until I met Brady, over 12 years ago now. And to be able to mesh music together as opposed to just pressing play and pressing the next song, there's a segue to it. And to be able to get people in a rhythmic trance almost, that was his joy, coupled with the fact that he was able to be a part of a good cause that benefited Mr. Patterson.
That's wonderful, because I know Brady was a good DJ, and I can only imagine reading the crowd and being able to play the music for the crowd, for a crowd that he didn't know what to expect, and then they're in costume. So I sometimes don't even recognize some of these people.
Right, and that's a good point, because Halloween, everyone's expecting Thriller from Michael Jackson or some more traditional Halloween songs, but yet you have to mesh that in with contemporary, and whether it be hip-hop or top 40 or electronic music. You have people from different backgrounds and styles. Some people want to boot scoot, and some people want to hip hop, and it's a tough dynamic. And the fact that he was able to do it is a credit to him. Also, we have one of our local legends here, Michael Jerome, who will be also DJing. And then I understand DJ Greenspan will be here as well. So I mean, to have 3 DJs at all levels. And then I understand the lighting and the sound this year is just going to be off the hook. We're going to have to prepare for 36 hours prior to the...
Actually, I have never in 10 years had to hire security for overnight stances. And so we have our sound and lighting people that will check into the hotel at noon on Thursday. And then we have security. One of our main DPD officer will check in. Plus, we have security that's going to watch all of this, whatever they're doing, and then have to stay there all night Friday night, and then all night Thursday night, and all night Friday night. So I hope that this year is our biggest and grandest. It's kind of hard to believe it's been 10 years.
And I'm looking forward to the dance routine that y'all do flawlessly every year.
Oh, yes, that dance routine. You know what? We have dance practice tonight. You should come by and at least get some entertainment out of it. We have dance practice. We'll have it through the month of October.
Yes, Dallas Stars play Edmonton tonight.
Oh, you know what? Dallas Stars do take precedence over dance practice, because you being a former hockey player, which I don't think many people realize that, because I didn't know that about you until I got to know you. You are a huge Stars fan.
Huge Stars fan, and used to play hockey at the Star Center before I blew out my ACL and my MCL and gained 40 pounds and am the mess that you see before you today.
No, you're not a mess at all. I think you're a wonderful human being, and we're honored to have you as a host. Now, what would you say was your best costume that you saw last year?
You know, it was really interesting to see the different types of costumes. You had everything from the amazing guy in a full Godzilla outfit, which was impressive, to the people who had such intricate makeup done. Your outfit, which was, I think, some type of red spandex Catwoman outfit. I'm not sure exactly what you were going for.
I don't know. Okay, I don't really know either, because I picked it up on the way to the hotel, but it was red.
Yeah, no, it was red, shiny spandex, and then you had boots. The fact that you were able to dance in that routine that y'all do is amazing. And then you had you had people who went in thinking costumes, meaning there was one guy who had a black T-shirt that said "I'm a blessing," that had Groucho Marx glasses, so he was a blessing in disguise. So it was just different types of costumes, they all stood out. I personally like to go into something that's more contemporaneous for that year. One year, I think 2 years ago, I went as 50 Shades of Grey, so I went to Home Depot and I got those little paint shade matching things, and I just stapled them to my t-shirt.
Now okay, I have to say that's pretty creative.
Yeah.
And tell us what you were last year.
I was the blessing in disguise.
Oh, you were the Okay, that's right. You know what? When you're dealing with 1,300 people and running around. Okay, so this year, do you know what you're going to dress up as this year?
I think I'm going to go as a 46-year-old male with low self-esteem and codependency issues.
Well, I guess that we will. What does that look like? Do you know? Jeans and a t-shirt? I don't know.
Maybe this. Maybe this is what I'm going to bring out there.
Well, I think whatever you wear, it'll be fun. You'll have an enjoyable evening.
It'll be something contemporaneous to something that happened this year.
And so, is there a Stars game again this night?
No. Fortunately, the Stars don't play until 3 o'clock on Halloween afternoon. Now, I understand this event's Friday, October 30th, and then we have a brunch, I think, the following morning, Saturday.
Yes, so we have a mimosa and Bloody Mary brunch.
And the Stars are nice enough to not play the New York Rangers until 3 o'clock that afternoon, so it's all going to work nicely.
Oh, so it's going to fit in just perfectly for your hockey schedule.
It's great.
So what piece of advice would you give a guest that's coming to our 10th and final Halloween party that has not attended in previous years?
Bring a fun group. Get there early if you're going to park, because parking gets taken very quickly. By all means, do not drive. Get a taxi. Get a hotel room. I know the Aloft is sold out, but Omni is graciously offered some of their rooms at a highly discounted rate. Bring as many people, and if you want to give a little bit more than what the ticket price is, Jane has a GoFundMe account, which you can contribute there as well. It's a chance to meet new people, to give to a good cause, to let off a little steam. But the biggest advice is, just have fun and make sure you get there early.
And it did bring Jane to tears that you were, Jane, somebody that you don't know personally, but you made a donation yesterday on her GoFundMe, and I just think that was just an incredible move, and it's an awesome thing for you to do, especially somebody that you don't know. So I know she'll be reaching out to you and saying thank you. That was really cool. One last thing I want to say to you is I know that right now in the world we're having animosity a little bit amongst different law enforcement divisions and cities. So one of the things that we've done this year is to say thank you to all of our police officers, not only in their city, but the officers that have worked our parties since the beginning. And we give them a free VIP table this year. We've got some that are going to attend the party and some that are going to work the party for us, and then their girlfriends, wives, are going to...
They're bringing the girlfriend and wife?
No. The girlfriends or. And so that was my mistake. And so they're going to have a VIP table as well. So how does that make you feel to know that, because I know you're a huge supporter of DPD and you're a big supporter of your own community. So does that add any positive thoughts or anything to your decision on being a host?
The deal is the police have such a thankless job. It's such a difficult, stressful job that they go through day in, day out. And when there is an occasional mistake that they make, it is elevated to the 100th degree, and for some reason that becomes the perception rather than the reality. Our Dallas Police Department does a wonderful job. Like any other police department, it can always strive to be better, but we have to, as a community, work with them, and they need to work with us, and working together, we can do a much better job in trying to take away this myth that all cops are bad, and understanding what they go through on a daily basis might ease off a little of the tension. What was it, 6 months ago with that horrible police shooting downtown, where someone just started with an automatic weapon, just trying to take out the DPD. These guys on a day in, day out basis see the worst in our society, and if we can just understand that a little bit and just cut them some slack, just take faith that what they're trying to do is the best they can for our community, and I have faith that they're constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to get better, and for those officers that don't need to be wearing a shield, that those people will be taken care of, but that is by far the exception rather than the rule.
I agree. So I knew that I could add you into the bunch of everybody that's involved in the party and how good it makes them feel to know that we are going above and beyond to be supportive, and we want to, because we couldn't be here where we are. We wouldn't have been able to have 10 years of parties if it wasn't for our law enforcement officials that we've worked so closely with.
And that was part of the security last year, and that's what made this the event last year go so wonderful, is that there was a presence there, but they weren't on top of anything. They were on top of you. They weren't being a nuisance. They were just there making sure everything was going well. Everyone was having a good time, and that put everyone else at ease, that there wasn't going to be drama. And it's just a great event, and the people that you've hired are top quality people.
It's a fun time to put people together. Everybody from our law enforcement to our DJs to our hosts and hostesses. I mean, it's a good time, and it definitely will be something I've missed because there have been some great relationships that are formed from it. But it's 10th and final. Maybe somebody will pick this party up next year. I don't know. I'd love to pass that baton, but
Never say never.
That's what some other people have said. But I think it's 10th and final. So I cannot thank you enough for being part of our 10th party, Halloween party, and for being a host, and for being such a good friend, because you are a really good person, and I would say I'm honored to be your friend and to have you as somebody in my life that I think very highly of.
Thank you.
So we will see you in your costume on the 30th, Friday, October 30th, Aloft Hotel, downtown Dallas, 1033 Young Street. Arrive early. Buy your tickets early.